I don't know if you saw, but a few months ago, I took a cognitive test. My doctor gave me. I said, give me a cognitive test just so we can, because you know what the standards were. And I aced it. I also took one when I was in the White House. No, I'll let you know when I go bad. I really think I'll be able to tell you, because someday we go bad.
Yeah, I think I'll be able to tell you, actually, and I think we're there. Take a look at this.
By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. Nikki Haley, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything, deleted and destroyed all of it, because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people, soldiers, National Guard, so whatever they want. They turned it down. They don't want to talk about that. And by the way, they don't work well in cold weather. And they don't go far. That's true, they don't go far. But it's certainly not great for your climb, they call it climate.
No, they just call it climate. I don't know why you can't call it that. We all landed on that as the word that we say a long time ago. So that's a small thing. We just expect that he's not gonna be able to say words anymore. But the thing with Nikki Haley, Nancy Pelosi, he said it over and over and over again. There's no connection or overlap between those two people in any way, particularly about this subject. There is no explanation for why he would think that name, except that his brain is garbage. His brain is fungus-ridden, like warmed over filth. That's all it is. It's not capable of performing the normal functions that a brain would. All it does is just throw up some terms that kind of are about politics that have nothing to do with each other, and he spits them out. And so if you are a conservative, you're watching this right now, what is your excuse for that? And also at the same time, because I'm gonna try to inspire a little bit of consistency out of you, if Joe Biden had done that, what would you be saying about him? What would Joe Rogan be saying about Biden if he had done that? Nikki Haley, it's Pelosi, you utter moron. She was in your administration. She was the governor of South Carolina. Nancy Pelosi was a speaker and a congresswoman for literally decades. There's no overlap there, Francesca. What are we supposed to make of this?
I think the right would say, well, your guy is in more mental decline than my guy, but that is what we're being left with, just two melty brain octogenarians, one of whom is going to be the last president we have, succeeded by, I don't know, Stephen Miller. It would be sort of like a power sharing agreement between Stephen Miller and the Trump children, and then Biden, right? So yeah, it doesn't matter to them, right? It's the same thing with the racism. But the mental acuity is really going real quick, and it's nah, it doesn't. And they don't care if it was Pelosi or Nikki Haley. It's deep state. Right? Whatever it is, it's just deep state. That's what they want you to think.
Yeah, honestly, it's just, I don't know. I really love hating a woman. Just tell me a woman to hate, and you can just put her into whatever fictional scenario you want, and I'll hate her for that thing that she didn't do or whatever. It's just, he's just trying to get the Hillary Clinton thing going. So honestly, maybe it wasn't a slip up. Maybe he's just like, no, I'm just going to insert her into whatever.
Right. Like,
you remember back in the 90s when Nikki Haley was married to Bill Clinton and he made her look so ridiculous? Don't you hate Nikki Haley for that? It's coming, everyone. Prepare for it. Yeah, Bernie Sanders is older than Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Bernie Sanders' brain does not leak out of his ears. This is not a necessary thing, by the way. There are people that are just as old, if not older than them, who are perfectly capable of not mixing up two random figures, and in fact can still articulate policies. Now, I may not agree with him on all of these policies. Lately, he said some stuff about Israel I don't necessarily agree with, but Jesus Christ, man, this was not the road we had to go down. There are people out there who are far more serious, and they know what country they're in and what year it is.
Yeah, look, I don't. It's not an ageist thing at all. It is, both their politics are incredibly. One is their politics are bad. Like, in my opinion, Biden's politics are old. But also, I have parents in their 80s, and they just repeat themselves over and over and over again. I don't like, I love you, all my parents, but like I have some step parents as well, but like I wouldn't really want you to be president, and so anyway, but that obviously that's beside the point.
Yeah, it just like Elise Stefanik was asked about that, and she pretended that it wasn't an issue, it wasn't a slip or whatever. Because again, reality is utterly irrelevant to these people. These people are desperate to be in power, or at least in close proximity to power. And so the more Donald Trump just melts away into protoplasm, they have to pretend that that's what strength is. That's alpha male. Being an alpha male is having no idea who anyone is or what they've done.